But these are the pages we're going to do for classwork homework. I already did this one, right? 3.4 divided by 2. I like to write it this way with the little house. I go 1 goes into 3, sorry, 2 goes into 3 one time. So I go 1 times 2 is 2. I subtract. I get a 1. I bring down my next number. It's a 4. 2 times 7 is 14. I subtract, I get 0. So my answer is 1.7. All right, here's our next one. 6.3 divided by 3. So I'm going to write it this way. I'll write it over here because I have so much room over here. 6.3 divided by 3. So I'm going to say 3 goes into 6 2 times because I know 2 times 3 is 6. I subtract. I get 0. I forgot to bring up my decimal place. I always bring up my decimal place and put it exactly between the numbers where I'm dividing. So now I bring down my next number. It's a 3. 3 times 1 is 3. 1 times 3 is 3. I subtract. I get 0. My answer is 2.1. All right, I'm going to go to the next problem. So again, I'm going to write it this way just because it makes it easier for me to see my numbers. I bring up my decimal place right in between the numbers where it was. Then I look at the first number, right? It's a 5. How many 4s are there in 5? Just 1. 1 times 4 is 4. 5 take away 4 is 1, right? I have a remainder of 1 right now. But now I bring down my next digit. It's a 6. So here is my next digit is a 6. I brought it down. So I'm going to say 4 times something is 16. Anybody know 4 times what is 16? It's the double, right? 4 times 4. 4 times 4 is 16. I subtract. I get 0. I'm finished. I just have to make sure when I'm dividing by decimals that my remainder is 0. That's what I try for. Sometimes it won't be 0. It'll keep going. And you just have to stop at one point. All right, here's my next one. If I do stop, though, I just stop. I write a line over where I stopped at. 2.7 divided by 3. So here's 2.7. I'm going to divide it up by 3. I bring up my decimal place. Right, here's the one that I know 2 does not, there's no 3's in 2. Right, it's too small. So I could do 0 times 0 and subtract, or I could just put this 0 here. Because I know I'm going to put 0 times 3 is 0, I'm going to subtract, and I'll bring down my number, and I'll have a 27. I'll have subtract as 2 and bring down my 7. So I just put the 0 and skip that step. That's what they did earlier. Now I have to look how many times can 3 go into 27. Right? Hopefully you guys know. Yes.
I was in the wrong page.
Oh, sorry, Melissa. You were still doing this page?
No, I was doing
A different one?
page 451.
Oh, wait, we're not even there yet at all, huh?
Yes.
How were you doing? Was it easy? You just thought your numbers were different than what we were doing, huh?
Yes.
So I have to see how many times 3 can go into 27. One way to do this, if you don't know your math facts, is to go look at your 3's on your math table. I go down and look, what number is closest to 27? I have an exact 27. 9 times 3 is 27. So I will put my 9, and I know 9 times 3 is 27. I subtract, I get 0, and I'm done. So my answer is 0.9. And that's going to be your work for today, so you guys can